Welcome back, everybody, to the DreamHack ISO Open. My diva issues have been sorted out, so I'm sorry about
Where's my trailer?
Where's my trailer? Where's my water?
Like that green M&M's.
Makeup!
We had sound issues, guys, but it's all fixed. We can hear our voices wonderfully now.
Yeah.
The headsets will not go down. My mic won't be too high, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully my voice sounds okay, because I actually am a little bit sick. I've been getting progressively sick.
Tell them your schedule.
Hurt.
Tell them what you did.
All right, so in the last 3 weeks, I was in Sweden to Dallas to Manchester to China, back to Sweden in 3 weeks, and I'm going to Vegas in a couple of days. I know. It's been hard.
The life.
It's.
You guys think being a commentator is like all just collecting money and traveling the world, talking about players? It's not. It's getting the sniffles, and it's having people run and get lozenges for you.
The sniffles is the worst part, as you can hear my voice breaking off. But nevertheless, we are ready to get into the third game between Stephano and the STC. I will battle through this.
It's happening, guys. I'm turning into a man.
If you want to send me flowers or chocolate,
that's what you ask for
when I'm sick.
No, men get.
What do men get when they're sick?
Actually, I don't know.
Flowers and chocolate, man. I'm
usually
just happy with that.
Probably inappropriate. No, not then. That'd be gross.
All right. Let's introduce our two players. Up here in the top left, of course, is the man from EG, your teammate, your friend, your partner. It is Stephano. And then the crowd goes wild. And then, of course, the man that's been playing very, very well here in this Best of 3 series is, of course, Quantic STC. Quantic versus EG.
Yep.
That's right. NA versus NA. California versus Phoenix.
Arizona. You know that, right?
I know. I was just making sure that I got
lots of British people go there.
San Diego versus Phoenix.
San Diego. Is that where it is? The house?
Pretty sure the house is in San Diego.
They have a waterfall and a pool and stuff. It's insane. It looks so beautiful. Yeah. Mark Faraz has done a great job of growing that team into something more than just a squad of StarCraft players. I really like that. They have an interview series that's going out all the time. If you check out like MLG, they did something like 42 interviews.
Wow.
So they're actually like the Caldor of the interview world. Just kind of never stop interviewing. Really cool stuff. They're doing a great job. And the STC actually stayed at that house we were talking about, by the way, for a while. Just long enough to achieve #1 on the NAGM ladder. No big deal.
But it take him long. It is the easiest server.
Oh, I was waiting for that. You are, of course, European. Yes, we always have to point that out. The NA server is the easier one. God. But you know what? Oh my God, I almost said the meanest thing ever.
Go ahead.
You almost baited that out of me.
Go on, do it. Be mean to me.
Say TLO got #1 on your ladder, so it can't be. Oh! I'm sorry. I love TLO, of course. That's why it's too mean. Well, now you're gonna get me some Reddit hate. I appreciate that.
TLO has a lot of fans, and you just pissed them all off. You just annoyed them all. You annoyed them all.
Guys, listen. I love TLO. He's a fantastic human being and a great player.
Alright, so we are going to have a barracks command center.
You're not helping. You got to save me in that
moment. No way.
You baited that out of me.
It's a cruel world. It's a cruel world out there. I'm sick.
I hope you have the sniffles for at least another day.
Well, I got the sniffles. I have a sore throat. I have smaller muscles than you. I have to do something to revenge it.
Go on.
I gotta be mean. I gotta put you under.
Appreciate that. We do have double gas going down for the Terran player inside that main base off the 1 rack, so presumably we're going to fall back on what we've kind of come to know and love with TVZ. It's going to be like Reactor Hellion Banshee or something much more natural. We've seen 2 irregular openings from the STC, but of course Proxy Barracks is something that'll get slid into a best of 3 or best of 5 pretty commonly, so I don't necessarily want to call it uncommon. On the flip side, we do have gas for the Zerg player Stephano. You reckon that's for speed?
Yeah. I don't think it's for roaches this time. It could be, but I say it could be, but I know Stephano does like to get speed early on as well. Ooh. But okay, it is going to be for roaches. But this is going to offer a bit of damage set to the SCVs early on. It also, if you think about it, on a map like Ohana, what we saw on Metropolis almost could work here with Marines sprinting towards that 3rd hatchery.
Yeah.
And Stephano now basically is saying, well, that's not going to ever happen in this game. And as we see the Roach 1 coming down, he's going to put a bit of pressure onto the STC. It's not going to be an all-in. It's not going to see a Baroness coming down.
Probably like the 6 Roaches again, I would say.
Yeah, 6 to 8 Roaches, depending on the amount of gas he has banked up right now. Could be a little bit more. Could be up to 10, actually.
I'll tell you what.
Then it'll just go back to droning into a 3rd hatch.
STC, could be caught being fairly greedy here. I mean, just minus the bunker. No, the bunker doesn't do that much. It's not like it stems off the attack entirely, but it certainly focuses as like an anchor point where then the STC can repair it, buy himself some time, get out more units. But without the bunker, and if these two Marines are just floating around the map being dillschwangs, then they're going to be in trouble. Because Hellions don't do much in the way of killing roaches.
He'll probably have to evacuate the natural. He'll have to lift up his command center. And
oh my god.
Evacuate all the SCVs, because this is going to be painful, and he doesn't know it's coming yet either.
No. He has no control of the towers. The Marines are coming back, but they're not taking the scenic route. They're not going to touch the tower. And now the two Hellions are going to poke out, and that's the first they see of the roaches. Here they are. There's no answer for this. No bunker. I think you're right. He's going to want to abandon the natural. Does he do that, though? I think it looks like he will. It looks like he will.
He has to. He'll lose every single SCV there because he didn't evacuate them fast enough.
Oh, my God. There's a... Well, he does have a tank coming out, but it just started. It's like at 33%. There's going to be some damage.
Yeah.
There will be blood.
Stephano needs to ignore these Hellions for now. He should just get the SCVs down as much as possible.
And it looks like he's starting to do that. Kind of kiting backwards. Does see the starport. Oh, the starport just finished. It's actually kind of a big deal. If you kill that SCV, you could actually potentially indefinitely postpone that. But he's got bigger issues right now. There's actually Hellions, or not Hellions, excuse me, roaches here. The tank comes out, but there's no repair on it. If he gets focus fired, it will go down immediately. It does. And this might just be the end of the game. This might literally be the end of it.
He's lost way too many SCVs. Like, the total is 20. The roaches should never get into the main base. He should have evacuated. The crisis management was not there from the SCC after two fantastic games. More SCVs are going down. Behind this, Stephano's droning. Stephano's going to be at almost 50 drones by the time this is over.
This is that ending to a movie that never made it to production. You know what I mean? It's like, and then everyone died. And they're like, what are you talking about? Isn't there a hero that saved them? No, the aliens just, they get there and they killed everyone. Oh.
This was for all the viewers of this stream that said, I want to see the ultimate ending to this best of 3. And, well, there's a reason why it never made the final cut.
Exactly.
And, well, you asked for it, you got it. And this is the bloody, messy...
Oh, my God.
Last game here from the STC, who's down to 22 supply with 10 SCVs remaining to 55 with a third hatchery on the way.
I hope he makes a game of it, because this will be the talking point. We're like, remember when we thought he couldn't make a game of it? But he probably won't.
Remember that alternate ending that started off terrible, that ended amazing? I wish more films did that.
Star Wars starts off with just the Death Star blowing up all of their planets and just Luke Skywalker and his one X-Wing, and then goes on to win the war.
That's right. They blow up the Death Star and then it gets rebuilt halfway through, and like, wow, Luke, this is a weird film.
Luke, you're fucking screwed. Obi-Wan never said that.
I wanted that to sink in, that's why I didn't say anything. The power of silence.
I would like a rated R Star Wars, though. That could be pretty awesome. Big piece of shit you are, says Yoda.
You're probably not
really
good for
honest.
my throat either.
What's that?
You're probably not good for my throat either.
You weren't the first one to say that.
Let that one sink
What does
in.
that even mean?
I don't know. You can interpret.
Someone in the audience just
face
facepalmed. In real life, he just facepalmed right there.
Alright, so this is SCC's attempt to get back into the game. And he's going to do quite a bit of damage. He is killing off a few drones, but Stephano doesn't really lose too many. He's still at 57.
Well, he's killed 5 drones.
Yeah.
Stephano's killed 27 SCVs. But this is the start of it, like you said. I mean, let's go back to the Metropolis game. Yes, I do feel like, obviously, that is the game Stephano won. But I thought the SCC did a really good job of buying himself time. And actually, you don't have to go to Metropolis. Let's go to the more successful game, Cloud Kingdom. No one run-by with the Hellions. You don't go back to it and say, oh, well, that's the moment where Stephano lost the game. No, you don't.
Yeah.
But that was the contributing effort, and it was all the run-bys together that formed that situation.
All right, and I'm looking on the map, and I think we could be seeing mech, or I'm pretty sure we will be seeing mech from this, with double gases coming down, double factory already down as well. And the problem is going to be these Mutualists when they come out. There's going to be 10 of them. They're going to be scary. And, well, those Hellions got shut down pretty fast, didn't they? As they didn't do anything.
The SCC did see the Spire, but I feel like he saw it in the way that he was Hellion harassing. Maybe he never clicked on it. Maybe he never saw it. Because otherwise, look at his production tab. Still with Hellions and just now the Armory, that ain't going to be enough.
Yeah.
Well, there's the missile turrets.
There's missile turrets coming down, so I think he did recognize it.
But there was one
gonna
plan.
Have turrets everywhere.
Okay, there it is.
There's going to have to be like 4 to 5 turrets here to defend this, and 4 will have to be rushed out.
How annoying is it that Zergs, by the way, and this wasn't recent, but a while ago they learned, they're like, oh my gosh, you don't have to make 30 Mutalisks, you just make like 9. And they're just as annoying. The Terrans have to make the same number of missile turrets for the most part. They have to add Thors or some form of anti-air to their army. And meanwhile, you're just using your supply to go something else, usually Ling Baneling or something.
Yeah, because Thors will be forced out here, turrets will be forced, and then if he goes back to Roaches, depending on what upgrades he follows up this, because we actually haven't seen Stephano upgrade anything for the ground yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't got... Oh, there it is, melee. Okay, so he has got 1 melee upgrade down, and probably Carapace too.
Yep.
So he is at 1-1, sorry, excuse me. But now the Mutalisks are going to come in. Infestation bit down as well. No Parasite for the Thors in case of any funky push-out that he can't quite deal with.
This is this game is like a PSA for smoking. It's like, no, STC didn't die immediately when he smoked the first cigarette and let the roaches up into his base. But he died inevitably a while later from complications caused by his poor health choices. He was never going to... Like, these Mutalisks aren't going to kill him either. But they're adding to something that was inevitable, I feel like. And I hate to be that anticlimactic as a commentator, but, I mean, can we be honest here? What decision could the Stephano make that doesn't look brilliant right now?
That's right.
Oh, he's going Roaches. That's so smart because he only has 2 tanks.
He's droning right now. This is such a great decision.
Yeah.
The magic box is just perfect.
Yeah, he decided not to lose more Mutalisks to the store. Wow.
Oh, dear.
You're smart, Stephano.
It's going to fall.
Yeah.
And this has just been crumbling since the beginning of time here for the SEC. He was going to attempt to drop, but nevertheless, he is going to tap out. Stephano picks up the first game of the DreamHack ISO Open Winter Finals. He picks it up 2-1 over the SEC and, well, kickstart his Group A.
I mean, on the one hand, and I do like seeing the Roach decision, because you broke it down. You talked about how, well, on Ohana, there's a very good opportunity for it to be either a Hellion opening or some kind of Marine opening like we saw in Game 2. The Roaches are a strong response to either one of them. A fast third command center was something you talked about. Again, that gets punished here. And Stephano took the numbers game, flipped it on its head, and won it for him. It makes for a kind of an anticlimactic game, but the mindset behind it I appreciate. I do feel, as a fan and observer, I'm like, gosh, I want game number 2 again. That was an awesome slugfest with beautiful play on both sides, I thought.
That's right. Well, after that series has been completed, other results coming in from Group A. Of course, Tasia went up against Elfie for the first game of the day. Tasia won 2-0. Quite expected, to be honest. Yeah. Going over to Group B, which Rotterdam and Mr. Bitter are commentating on the secondary StarCraft 2 stream here at DreamHack. They opened up with Mana versus Soke. Mana won 2-1. And then the other game that was played parallel was Bly versus Starnan, where Starnan to take a game away, but Bly eventually won 2-1 as well.
Very interested in that match. Of course, one of the disadvantages of being here commentating is just that we don't get to see those other games. Bly has a notorious ZVP. You were talking about some of the cheeses he's been doing lately. Last I saw, he was a rock-solid 4-base, never going to attack you. Turtle Zerg, which is really tough to crack. But Starnan is kind of known for his 2 or 3 base timing or all-ins, and I wanted to see how they clash that way.
Well, you guys have gone through the downside of having a bit of waiting time, a bit of downtime.
We're over that.
Now you're through the darkness and into the light, because we're going to be jumping in immediately into our next game, because we are behind time now, and we're going to be going into Bly versus Sasse.
Ooh.
Swedish player going up against Bly, if I'm not mistaken. We will be going into that immediately after this quick commercial break, and then we won't have any breaks in between the maps because everything seems to be resolved now.
Less downtime, more StarCraft, more love for you guys, because that's what we got. That's what we have for you.
That's what we have.
Facepalm guy, you forgive me, you do, right? Very good.